Hey guys, so for my first video, I'm going to be answering questions that some of you asked me about when I was 17 and pregnant. So the first question is, how did you find out you were preggo and how did you feel? So I guess my story is not like how everyone's is, like you got morning sickness and you thought you were like pregnant or whatever. So actually I didn't really know I was pregnant until I was like halfway done with my first trimester. Basically, like, I missed my period like the first month, but like I didn't think anything of it because I'm not regular with my period, so I was just like, oh, it's whatever. But then I missed it a second month, and that's when I was like, oh shit, like, you know, what's going on? So then, yeah, that's basically how I found out. I just missed my period, and like I really didn't have morning sickness till afterwards. And then how did I feel? Well, I guess I'll answer that question in one of the other ones. How did your parents find out? This one is, a lot of people ask this, and I guess is it just because I'm Mexican and I have, like, Mexicans have strict parents? But, so my parents, like, I didn't tell my parents together. My mom actually found out in a very, very bad way that I did not want her to find out. I'm not gonna get, like, real into detail about that, but basically I told one of my really close friends that I like was pregnant and stuff, and I was telling her, like, you know, I didn't want to keep the baby, but like when I sent her that message later that night, like I was thinking, I was like, you know, like I can't do that, you know, like that's my baby, I'm gonna have it no matter what. And I was like preparing myself that night. I was like, how I'm gonna tell my mom and everything. But when I woke up, I kind of got scared and I didn't tell my mom. But I was like for sure gonna tell her like after school. I just still had to prepare myself a little more. But yeah, so I got home from school and my mom actually confronted me about it. She asked me, she said, she didn't even like try to like go into like, you know, the conversation. She just opened the door and she was like, are you pregnant? And I was like, what? And she like practically told me like, you know, yeah, your friend told me this and that, and yeah. So I was gonna tell her, and she obviously found out in a very different way, but yeah, she didn't react bad. She just said she was like disappointed and stuff, and yeah, that's practically it. She just said like, you know, she was gonna be there for me and stuff, so like we were gonna go on this journey together. I actually didn't tell my dad. My mom told my dad over the phone, because if some of you know my dad, you guys know how he is. My dad, he didn't like yell at me or anything or like kick me out how I thought he was going to. He just didn't talk to me for a little bit. I guess he just like let it sink in. Like we passed by each other and like he wouldn't talk to me at all. But he got over it after a few weeks, and now he loves Calvin, which is my baby's name if you didn't know. Next question is, what was your first reaction? So my first reaction, so I guess I didn't even tell you guys how, like, when I took the test and stuff. So me and my friend, shout out to Hannah, so me and my friend went to the store during our lunch, and after school, me and my boyfriend went to his house, and his parents were not there, and I was like, thank God, like at the time. So I went to his bathroom and I took the test. He was downstairs waiting in his room, and I stayed in the bathroom for a good like 10 minutes, if not more. I was just trying to like take it all in. And like my first reaction when I saw the test, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, is this real life? So I was scared, obviously. I mean, what 17-year-old is not gonna be scared? I was not done with school, obviously. Like, he still had 2 years left, so like I was scared for that part. But then, like, you know, I was happy too, because I've always wanted a mini me. Did you cry when you found out you got pregnant? So I didn't say this, but yes, I did cry. My mom was crying, so like it made me cry even more because like, I mean, I don't know, you guys, like disappointing my parents, like it makes me just, that's the last thing I want to do. So yeah, I did cry. Did it hurt? So yes and no. I know a lot of you probably don't want to know my whole labor story, so if like, I mean, some of you do, I can like make a separate video on like my whole labor journey and stuff, and I know I like some pictures I have if you guys want, so just like let me know down below or message me and I'll make another video for that. But yeah, so who were the first people you told? So obviously my boyfriend was the first one to find out, and like my mom and stuff. I made sure to tell like my family first, like my aunts and uncles and all that, and then afterwards I told all of my close friends. I had my gender reveal like if it was not like mid-June, it was like end of May, I really don't remember, but yeah, before like all the pictures were posted and stuff, I made sure to tell all of my close friends before. Yeah, those were the first people I let know before everyone else knew. Was you planning on having a baby or was he unplanned? So he was definitely unplanned, but now I don't see my life any other way, so I'm glad that things happened the way they did. Did you give natural birth? I did give natural birth. I did not have a C-section, but I did have an epidural. What was your first trimester like? My first trimester was, well, I guess like I told you guys, I did not know I was pregnant till like halfway through my first trimester. So the first like few months, like I did not have any morning sickness. I did not get morning sickness till like kind of like towards the last month of school, which is like when my first trimester kind of like ended. Yeah, it was so bad. Like I literally threw up every day before going to school, and I would like get so nauseous in first block, so I would like have these little like pills that I could take for like nauseousness. Is that a word? I don't know, but yeah, I would like take them. Like people would probably look at me like, what is she doing? But so next question, is there anything different you would have done during your pregnancy? And I don't think there's anything I would have done differently. Like I like how I kept it like private for the most part. Like I told who I needed to tell, you know, all the people that were close to me found out how, well, like not all of them, but most people, I was the one to tell them. And you know, like whoever found out, you know, like I didn't want to like put it out there at first because I didn't feel the need, you know, like I don't have to explain myself to anyone, and you know, like what's done is done, and if people want to judge you for it, I mean, so be it. Like it's nothing out of this world to be pregnant at a young age. And I mean, if you guys are pregnant and you feel like you like, you know, like you don't want to tell people, like, you know, it's not them, you're gonna do you, so who cares? Did you and your baby daddy move out to your own place? So we did not move out into our own place. We talked about it and we thought like what was best is to just, well, like my parents told me like they felt more comfortable and stuff, you know, if I still live with them, so that's where I live now. And they just told me like, you know, like once I graduate college or like, you know, in between that, like if I feel like I'm ready to like have my own place, then we can move on to that step and do that. Do you plan on furthering your education? If so, what will you be majoring in? I will be going to college and I'm going to be a dental assistant. Who's your besties? If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure that is Alyssa. What baby names did I have? So the baby name that I really wanted was Aubrey, and if a lot of you know, that's Drake's first name and that is my husband. But yeah, that's the name I really wanted. I also really like the name Kyrie. I don't know, I just really like that. What other names did we have? Most names are like all taken, so there wasn't really like a name that was like original. So no, Calvin, we literally picked that name like last minute, like I think it was like 10 days, and yeah, that just like stuck with us. We liked it the best. And is it tough being a young mother, and is it hard on your boyfriend and yours relationship? Being a young mom, so it's not really that hard on me. I had a baby sister. I mean, she's 3 now, but I still call her a baby. But yeah, when she was a baby, I was there when my mom gave birth, so I kind of knew what to expect for that part. But you know, it's different when you're the one like giving birth. But yeah, I took care of my baby sister when she was a baby, so I practically knew what I was doing. Like, everything I'm doing with my baby now is not anything that I don't know about, so it's definitely not hard. Yeah, and I mean, if you're a young mom and you don't know what you're doing, you'll get the hang of it. It just takes some time. Is it hard on your boyfriend and yours relationship? So, I mean, obviously there is gonna be like hard times, and like there has been. Like, it's something new that's being brought into your relationship, so like, you know, it's gonna like take time for you guys to adjust, and it's all just practically like making sure you guys are like keeping everything equal, you know, like if someone did this one time, like, and does it all the time, then like, you know, the other person like, you know, takes turns, and just like make sure everything's like even and stuff, if like that makes sense. No one is like born taught, you know, to be a parent, so like obviously like that's all just gonna come to you like as time goes. And yeah, you can't expect everything to be perfect, so I mean, you just have to go with the flow, and like as time goes on, you'll eventually like, you know, get to that right place. So I never said what his parents thought about all of it, so all of it. His parents, for the most part, were, I guess, like fine with it. They didn't really like get him in trouble, I guess. Yeah, they just practically, you know, like told him like they were gonna be here for him, and like they were really supportive with me too. I'm so thankful that I had them. They really helped me out a lot, and I mean, they're just happy they have their grandson now, so yeah. So how did you feel at first? Were you scared and happy, or just shocked? I kind of already answered this kind of, but yeah, I was scared and I guess shocked a little, but not too much, because I mean, I obviously missed my period, so I knew something was like up. But yeah, I mean, after all, like, I'm so happy. Like, my baby's a blessing, and like I really, like, not to be like cheesy or anything, but I really would not see my life, like, I couldn't see my life any other way. Like, I'm just so in love with him, and like, I guess you don't know the feeling till you're a parent yourself. But yeah, I'm so grateful for him and that I did what I did. So yeah, I hope I think I answered most of your guys' questions, but I hope you guys liked this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and share this video, and if you guys want me to make any other videos, and just let me know. But yeah, bye!